Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Netflix Soundwave with Ravage and LASERBEAK, and I'm really excited to finally get my hands on this figure. Released in December of 2020, this guy is brand new, starting to hit stores right now. As of the time of this recording, he is a Walmart exclusive and he retails for approximately $40. And this is one that I've been having a really hard time finding. He has yet to show up in stores in my area, so I want to give a big thank you to my good friend Patriot Prime, who went out toy hunting, found two of them, picked them both up, and hooked me up with the second one. So Jason, thank you so much. I'm so excited to finally get this figure in my hands. So here we have that Netflix packaging, the white box, window box, showing us the figures already inside in their robot mode. You can see Soundwave, Ravage, and LASERBEAK right there in the box. Over here on the side, we've got some artwork of Soundwave, and then on the other side, we've got that trilogy artwork in that black and white on there. On the back side of the package, we've got product shots of Soundwave, both in his boombox and in his robot mode, and that's really exciting because it's been a long time since we've gotten a proper G1 style Soundwave in a boombox mode. So that's or a cassette player or mini cassette player, whatever you want to call them, that mode. It's been a while since we've gotten one of those, and of course you can see Ravage and LASERBEAK there as well in both his cassette, their cassette, and their robot modes. So let's go ahead and get this guy opened up on the review table and check it out. And here we have Soundwave out of the package, transformed in boombox mode. You see all of the accessories that he comes with, and I love this toy. So he comes with the two cassettes, LASERBEAK and Ravage, which Ravage is currently inside of the tape deck itself. We'll take a look at that in just a second. He comes with actually three weapons, and the weapons can be stored in the boombox mode. If we just go around the back, we can just plug these guys in back here. There's a couple of ports on the back there. And they sort of kind of resemble the old batteries that the old weapons for the G1 figure used to resemble, which is kind of cool. And then this weapon here can just be folded up, and this can also be plugged into this port on the back of the boombox right there. Turn it around, you got weapon storage in boombox mode, which looks pretty good. And of course, we've got our set of instructions showing us Soundwave, LASERBEAK, and Ravage, and how to transform all of them. Now, we'll start with the cassettes themselves because they're kind of small. They're about 1 3/4 inches wide. They're kind of small, which is kind of weird, I thought. And as you can see, you can just press the button there. The tape deck opens up, and you can store one cassette in the chest compartment. And here you go. Here are Ravage and LASERBEAK. Let me see if I can focus these in. I kind of prefer the look of Ravage in tape mode because he's got those spools there. It really does show kind of, they really tried to make it look like a cassette, which I really appreciate. You got the 60A MC up here, which was, commonly seen on tapes. You got a little Japan logo there. It looks like a little reader display that's going to show you how much tape is left and that kind of thing. So I really like the way they did Ravage. It actually looks like a tape LASERBEAK. Not so much. He just looks like a folded up LASERBEAK. Not a whole lot to write home about on the back there. Now what's cool about these guys, or rather what I found disappointing about these guys, is that with the old G1 and then Classics and then even the Masterpiece cassettes, they were all made the same size. I'm trying to get LASERBEAK to stand up on his own. He's not. Because I want to get a comparison on these guys. So here's Ravage with G1 Ravage and with MP Ravage. And you can see that the MP and the G1 are all the same size. So these guys were all interchangeable. You could take a G1 Ravage and put it in the MP. You can take the MP, put it in the G1. The one that came with the Classics Hound, also same size. You could put it in either the G1 or the MP. They were all cross-compatible, which was really cool. Not the case with these guys. These guys are just so tiny that they're not going to work. G1 or MP you can't put in here, and you can't put this one in the other. So that's kind of disappointing. But, you know, quick comparison for the tape decks. There is Ravage. Again, this is the new Netflix one. That's G1 and that's MP. We'll set those guys off to the side, and let's bring in LASERBEAK. This is G1 LASERBEAK. That's MP LASERBEAK. And again, MP LASERBEAK really goes out of its way to look like a cassette. And then there's the current Earthrise LASERBEAK. So you can see what these guys all look like together. We'll set these guys off to the side. And again, you saw you can open the tape deck. You can take one of the tapes, put it in, and he stores right there. And most of the time, you'll press that button, he pops open, and you can just take it out. Again, I like to display Ravage in there because it actually looks like he's got a tape in there, which is really, really cool. And like I said, most of the time that'll pop open the first time. Sometimes, as you saw there just now, it gives it a little trouble. I got to press it a couple of times. But there you go. Taking a look at Soundwave itself here in tape mode. And again, he looks really, really cool. He is just under 5 inches wide and about 2.5 inches tall. And again, does a really good job of looking like a tape deck that we had back in the 80s. Of course, when you go around the back, the illusion is kind of lost a little bit because there is some kibble hanging out back here, and the weapons are just kind of sticking out here, which is a shame. I really love the way the G1 did it, where the weapons turn into batteries that could actually go into the battery compartment. That was so clever, and I've never seen that done again. But still, as it is, it's a very serviceable and convincing tape deck. It really does look like a tape deck, and it's just a blue and silver box. Not a whole lot more to say about that, because not a whole lot of action features there, right? Other than the tape they're opening. That's really kind of it, but it looks fantastic. I really like the way this looks, and again, it drew a lot of inspiration from the G1 tape deck. So for comparison, there's the new Netflix Earthrise Soundwave with G1, so you can see what these guys look like together. Very, very close proximity to each other. And then here he is with MP. So you can see what those guys look like together. And again, just because I had him handy, here he is with the this is Titan's Return, I think it was. It's the Headmaster ones. So I think it was because it came with a Titan Master. So I think this was Titan Returns. This was the Target exclusive Bumblebee movie version that actually looked more like a boombox out of the 80s. But there you go. So you can see what those guys look like together. All right, getting into transformation. Let's start with Ravage right here. We'll start with the tapes themselves. Actually, let's start with LASERBEAK because he's right here. Transformation, very simple for LASERBEAK. Let's get in close. We're going to reach right in here, bring his head out. He doesn't want to come out. There you go. Bring the head out. Come around the bottom here, pop the legs down, open up his wings, and then around the back here, we're going to have his little jetpack. And there you go. There's LASERBEAK in his little bird mode. Kind of small, kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can get him in close and focused. Yeah, he looks really, really nice. Come on, focus. Check that out. All the level of detail on this guy. He looks so G1. This guy is just a perfect modern interpretation of G1 LASERBEAK. And I love that he's even got the little jetpack there, which is something the G1 didn't have. You had to add it on later. It was an add-on part or a parts former, if you will. So yeah, look, just going all the way around. This is a fantastic little LASERBEAK, and I absolutely love this little guy right here. Let's get into Ravage. And now we can get into Ravage next. And Ravage always confuses me. I always get this wrong at some point, but we'll see how we go here. We're going to start at the bottom here and start pulling all of his legs out. Okay, that doesn't want to come out. This hinge right here is going to flip all the way around and over. This is going to allow us to reach in here and get his head out, which is very small and finicky. And now we're going to turn these upwards and rotate them to the front as far as they'll go, and then bring his legs out. Easier said than done. Again, this guy, I find this guy very finicky. I like the way he looks, but man, he is finicky and hard to transform, especially for somebody with like big thumbs like me. Okay, finally we're going to bring the front legs forward. And there you go. There is Ravage in his big cat mode. He's okay. Ravage is one of those. I tend to be very forgiving of Ravage because I know that the design just does not lend itself well to be made into a three-dimensional toy. It just doesn't. It's very difficult to take a flat cassette and turn him into a proper looking cat. You know, G1 looks okay, but very, very skinny. And then even the masterpiece looks kind of lanky and weird. So, yeah, Ravage is just not a design that lends itself well to a translation into the real world. But there you go. He's okay. He's a little thick in the thighs, I guess. I think he really is kind of weird looking because he doesn't have a tail. I think if he had a tail, maybe that would help a little better. I don't know. But as far as articulation, you can see the legs can move. This isn't clipped all the way, is it? I don't think it is. No. That has to come all the way up. There you go. That makes him look a little better. So the legs can move here at the shoulder and at the elbow or the knee on both of these. This one rotates up here at the top and also rotates down here at the knee. And the head can go up and down just a little bit. And that's really kind of about it for these two guys. And we'll do some comparisons with them and the other tapes. So let's see. Let's do Ravage first. So here is G1 Ravage. So you can see what these guys look like together. And quite a bit of size difference there. And again, the G1 Ravage looks fantastic, but it's super skinny and impossible to stand up. I honestly don't know how I got him to stand the first time there, just now. Of course, I'm probably not going to make that happen again. He'll just fall over very, very easily. But there he is with the G1 Ravage. Here he is with MP Ravage. So you can see what these guys look like together. And again, even the MP did it so well, but he's still very skinny and lengthy and just proportionally very, very weird. But that's what the MP one looks like next to Ravage. Let's take a look at LASERBEAK. So we're going to set Ravage off to the back here. We'll come here with LASERBEAK. And I kind of goofed with LASERBEAK because G1 LASERBEAK on the bottom has all the stickers to make him look like a cassette. So I goofed on that one. But there is G1 LASERBEAK. And again, yeah, very good proximity. This guy, this is one I think that really lends itself well to toy translations, because this guy, they just keep knocking LASERBEAK out of the park time and time again, I think. So there he is with G1 LASERBEAK. You can see what those guys look like together, and here he is with Masterpiece LASERBEAK. And Titans Return didn't have proper like cassettes, and if they did, I don't have them. So these are the only guys that we're comparing them to. All right, so now we're going to take LASERBEAK and Ravage, we're going to set them off to the side, and we're ready to transform Soundwave himself. Soundwave's transformation is relatively straightforward because, again, he is just a box transforming into a robot. Real quick, before I start the transformation, I want to make a note. I have noticed that a lot of people are having problems with gap issues here at the top of these little covers here. So what I have found is that if you push the leg in, there's a little clip, and we'll see that here when we start getting into the transformation. There's like a little lip on this cover here that kind of grabs onto this part of the leg here. When you get him into boombox mode, if you just push everything in, it closes up, it kind of grips and clips on, and it closes up these gaps, and it just looks really, really nice. So there you go. There's that. So we're going to go around the back here. We're going to take his weapons and just remove these and just set these off to the side for the time being. Start out here with the robot. We're going to start up here at the top. Actually, we're going to start at the front here. The buttons here, we're going to pop these open and then take the sides here, fold these under, and then put that back down again, and that's going to allow us to bring the legs out. Go ahead and open. On one side are we going to open? I think we open on the back here. Yep, right there. And then this whole piece is going to open on which side is it? Yep, it's going to open towards the back here. Bring the foot out. Fold this cover back in. Bring that down and bring the leg down. So there's leg one. Same thing on this side. And again, just to kind of show, if it gets tight, if you push it in far enough, it will clip on tight. So there's that little clip right there with a little hook, and that needs to grab into that lip right in there. So when you bring this piece over and you bring this down, a lot of people are having that gap issue right there. If you really just kind of push in on this, it's going to grab that lip and close and stay close just like that. So, all right, one more time, we're going to open this up, bring this out, bring out the foot, fold in the lip, and then close that panel and straighten out the leg. There we go. We're going to come around the back. The arms are tabbed together here and here. Just unpeg those. bring these around, and these tabs are going to go into those slots right in there. One on each side. Take the arms and bring out the fists. Tolerances on mine are super tight. And straighten out the arms. Again, straighten out the arm. Bring out the fist. Finally, we're going to go around the back here. Open this panel up. Flip the head up and over. Close this up. And now we just got to give him his accessories. And we'll be all set. So this piece is going to clip onto the top there. That's going to be his shoulder cannon. And then on this one, if you push in on the back here, that's going to bring this little tip out, and that's going to be his gun. And there is Soundwave in robot mode. Let me bring the camera up just a little bit. And he does come with this other weapon here, which you can leave folded up like that if you want to do that, or it will open up into some sort of a rifle, which is kind of weird looking, and you can just kind of flip it over and do that way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really in love with this gun. I haven't really showed it off much. I'm not really in love with it. It just doesn't seem to fit with Soundwave. What a lot of people are doing, and what I'm probably gonna do with it as well, is just keep it folded up and put it on Megatron's shoulder, because this makes the perfect over-the-shoulder kind of cannon, so for that G1 look that he had. So I'm probably gonna do the same. I just haven't really been doing much with this gun because it just doesn't seem fitting for Soundwave, and I just really don't find much more to do with it. So I just leave it off to the side. Here in robot mode, Soundwave is approximately 6.5 inches tall. And again, fantastic update to the G1 figure. This guy looks great. He looks G1. So nice. Such a nice update to the figure. I really love what they've done with it. Now, I know that this is a heavy remold of the or retool of the Siege figure, which I don't have, but I know that there's some tooling that has been left behind. For example, the landing gear from Siege there, which a lot of people have made note about. There's really kind of no reason for that to be there, but I find it fun in that you can take these and flip them around, and now you got some like these little wrist mounted guns that you can use. So, you know, again, I'm not familiar with the Siege figure, so I know those not supposed to be there, but it's kind of a fun after effect or a side effect there, having that little, I don't know, laser cutter or a welder or a little underhand gun, whatever you want to do with it. It's, you know, it's a toy. Use your imagination. So he has one on this side as well. I find that kind of cool. I like that a lot. So let me get him standing straight so we can go all the way around, because again, this guy is just, he is a statue. This guy is a piece of art. He looks fantastic going all the way around. No kibble. He is just a perfect figure. I really love the way this guy looks. He has the, let me bring the camera up again and focus. He has got the most awesome light piping there. So watch that. Let me see if I can, yeah. Look at that. And I'm not even shining light directly into him. He just lights up and turns on. He is so cool. And again, just kind of looking at him closely, look at that head sculpt and look at that detail. He looks fantastic. I am so happy to finally have gotten my hand on a figure. You know, to this day, I still have not seen this figure anywhere on shelves in my area. So I am super thankful one more time to my friend Jason, Patriot Prime, for finding this figure for me and sending it to me, because otherwise, oh, you know what? I know you guys are probably already going nuts in the comments about this. Okay, turn the figure at the waist and turn the legs around. I missed steps on the transformation, and at this point in the video, I can already hear you screaming in the comments because you haven't watched this far yet. So yeah, there's that. That is funny. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, yeah, there's Soundwave. And again, going around just looking at the detail on this guy, he looks fantastic. For articulation, the head can move up and down side to side. The cannon here also has a little bit of a swivel, so you can actually kind of articulate that, which is kind of cool that you can do that. That's pretty cool. Shoulders can go rotate at the bicep, double hinge at the elbow, no articulation at the wrist. Unfortunately, as you saw just now, we do have articulation at the waist. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, in and out, rotation at the thigh, bend at the knee, and ankle tilts. So very, very nice. He looks so nice. All right, let's do comparisons first, and then we're going to have him interact with his cassette buddies, his little minions. So here for comparison is G1 Soundwave. This is my G1 Soundwave. He has a tendency to kind of fall forward sometimes, so I'm kind of being careful with him, keeping the legs kind of split apart there. So there he is with G1 Soundwave, so you can again see where the inspiration came from, where we've been, where we are, and this guy just looks so G1 accurate to the cartoon. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic update to this figure. So there he is with the G1 figure. Here he is with Masterpiece. Let's see if we can get these guys together. Yeah, that fit. That's nice. So yeah, there you go. And again, it's kind of like a little mini mass retailed release Masterpiece figure. That's kind of the way I'm looking at these Earthrise and these Kingdom figures. They're just such a great update to the G1 figure. So there you go for comparison. And one more time, just for fun, just because I had him handy here on my shelf, here he is with Titan Returns, Bumblebee movie version, edition, Target exclusive, whatever you want to call this guy. Anyway, there they are together so you can see them. So very, very cool. And again, as far as the interaction with the cassettes, you know, this doesn't change. The chest is still the same, so you can put them in the cassettes, put them in there. They work just fine. As far as Ravage goes, he's just going to kind of stand around and hang out. Now, for LASERBEAK, he does something cool for LASERBEAK. And so he's got these little notches right here on both arms, and these are designed to fit the bottom of LASERBEAK's feet. So these are supposed to just kind of, mine doesn't do it. I'm going to tell you right now, mine doesn't do it right. But these are supposed to just kind of clip on there so that he can just kind of grip his arm. And there you go. He can just kind of sit on Soundwave's arm, which is really, really nice. Again, on mine, they're a little too tight, so they don't quite grip. Anytime I push them down, they just pop right back up again. So the first time I bump it, he's just going to fall. But that is something you can do. You can actually have him standing on either one of Soundwave's arms, which is really, really cool. And as you've probably noticed, he's got that index finger sticking out, and he does have just enough articulation to where you can actually have him pressing his own button to eject his cassettes, which I think is super, super cool. So yeah, this is a fantastic figure. I am so glad that I finally got my hands on this guy. We'll set these guys. Let's do this. Let's set him one more time like this. With LASERBEAK, we'll open them up just a little bit. We'll put LASERBEAK right here, and this is going to be our outro shot. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. And I think that about covers the Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Netflix version of Soundwave. Absolutely love this figure. Thank you one more time, Jason, Patriot Prime. Thank you one more time for finding this figure and sending it to me. And I think that about covers the Transformers Earthrise Netflix Soundwave. What did you guys think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got that donate button up there. If you want to hit on that, I certainly would appreciate it. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.